So what I did was I cut it down the side. I was trying to do as much as I could beforehand, and I've already prepped my nails. So I took an orange stick, doesn't matter what size you use. You can even just use a regular cuticle pusher. And I pushed all my cuticles back. It's really, really important that you don't get the nail strip onto your cuticles. So I pushed them all back, and you can use whatever file you want. I've got little mini ones with me since I'm over at my mom's and I'm getting ready to do her nails next. I just brought my travel size type of stuff, but I do have big ones at home. It doesn't matter what you can use. You can use a glass file, and then you can use either alcohol swabs. You can use, paper towel and alcohol, whatever you want to do to make sure those nails are nice and clean before you start applying. So super simple to prep your nails. Push your cuticles back. You can clean underneath your nails even with your your orange stick, and then make sure your nails are clean with alcohol and filed nice and neat. So I already opened these down the side as I mentioned, and I'll show you why I opened them down the side. Before these ones, I guess I can show you too. These come already cut in half. These ones do not. So one of the differences between the polish strips and the vinyl strips, but I'm going to show you how we're going to save our extra strips. Because as I mentioned, these are best if they're heat sealed. So we're going to put this, sorry, I'm looking around the camera and then I forget that maybe you can't see what I'm doing. So we'll put this, maybe, there we go, okay. We'll put this in here, and then any of these we have left over, we can also slide in here. And then you can take like a flat iron and just, you don't even need that much heat on here, but you can reseal this up with just like a straightener or a flat iron on this side. So, okay. And you'll notice, just so in case you wonder why, I actually am using one of our damaged sets that came in because we are selling out so fast. I didn't want to waste any of our good ones. So I'm going to show you that even if you have a little dink, if your nails are short, we can still use these. So I'm going to use them on mine since I wanted to be able to show you how to use these, but I didn't want to use one of our nail strips because we're selling out so fast. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is decide which size is going to work for you. That's why I love that these are separated, so they're easy to see what size is going to work. So that's going to be my pinky. This is the size I would have used likely here, so I probably don't need that one because we did the accent nail and the vinyl sticker. What you're looking for is that they will not touch your cuticles. If they will, you can trim them down a little bit, so no big deal there. So I'm going to use that as my middle finger. This one may actually work on my pointer finger. Yep, we're going to use this one on my pointer finger. And then for my thumb, I think this one's too small. You can stretch these a little bit, but the closer you can get to your actual size, the better. Sorry, these are really glittery. Hopefully you can see them okay in the camera. Okay, so I believe it was this one we're going to use. I already forgot. So size up your nails, and I'm not going to do them all for you just to keep this short, but I do want to show you kind of how this is all going to work. So these are going to be my extras, and I'm going to throw them right in there, and we'll seal this up as soon as I get home with my flat iron. We don't want to leave them open or they will dry out. Okay, so we're going to show you one of these. A couple of tips. I always put mine on at night before I go to bed. That way nothing gets underneath in between my strips like water, lotion, sunscreen, anything like that. I do start from my pinky and work my way over. I only started with this one because I did the vinyl application video first. So that way when you get to the nails that you're going to be using to do these, they'll be your last nails that you're doing. Then another huge one is to take this extra, there's a plastic coating on each one of these that just protects the design that you want to remove before you apply the nail strips, which maybe I can't even find this one. So I'll show you on a different one. They might all fight with me. That's okay. Nothing likes to work for me on camera. There we go. So see that plastic strip? If you don't take it off beforehand, you're going to have a heck of a time getting it off later, and it can make it difficult for your manicure to last if you leave it on there. So it makes it really, really thick, and it can get caught on stuff. With being that I have short nails, I only need half the strip, so I can actually use this for both fingers. You can, line it up, and you could like draw a little mark on the back and decide where you're going to cut it. I know already because I've done so many of these that I don't need more than half of it. So I'm just going to cut it in half. I love using my orange stick, but you don't have to. I guess I could have done that with the plastic top part, couldn't I have? Look, the little plastic protector. Anyways, just make sure that I don't get any oils on the backing of this. But there's our polish strip. And super easy to apply. All you're making sure is that you do not get it over your cuticle. It's going to be harder on the camera, I guess, than it would be. So you can start on one side, put it up against your cuticle, but not over. And as you can see, I'm even shaking and it's not that big of a deal. So start on one side, smooth it out, roll it over to the other side. If you have a bunch of excess over their nail, not enough strip, you can stretch these ones a little bit, very slowly and carefully. That way you don't distort the design. Make sure you smooth it out. And we're going to fold it over the edge of your nail. That'll give you a nice crease on where you want to. You could trim these technically. I prefer to file them. Some companies will tell you not to file them. We don't have the same ingredients that they do, so we don't seem to have any problems with that. I always have a problem with this nail. I have a piece of like skin that goes a little bit further over, so I'm going to probably have to trim that because you do not want these on your skin. Not that it'll hurt your skin, but just that your manicure's more likely to come off then. So best if you go downward for sure. You don't want to lift the nail strip back up. You can go, you're supposed to go one side, but I'm having a hard time doing this on camera, so. But really good if you can just go downward like that. And what you're doing is you're basically tearing off the excess nail strip with your file. It gives you a nice, smooth edge up against your nail, and that way there's no excess that you can get caught on anything, and you know, you get as close as you can though. So see, I'll show you that I have, when I ripped it like that, there's still, I don't know if you can tell, see there's a little bit extra on there. So you can just still file any excess off. And again, as long as you don't go upward with that file, you should be just fine. So file any excess off because you don't want it to get stuck to something and rip off your nail. See this kind of stuff right here? I don't know if the camera will focus on my nail. But I have a little air bubble, and that's what you want to make sure. Those are the types of things. And like I said, I always have issues with this, getting this one down good because of that piece of skin that's over there, and my cuticle is like further up. But you want to just make sure it's down against your nail with no little air bubble. You can use a little piece of scissors, little manicure scissors, little piece of scissors. My goodness, I can't even talk. Manicure scissors to just get that edge off. That's the kind of things that'll make your manicure last as long as possible, is making sure that they're not over your skin right there. And that's it, you guys. Super, super simple. And look how amazing that is going to look with all of them done. I'm not going to keep you that way and have you see the rest of them because it's all the same process. You just prep your nails, make sure they're nice and clean, smooth, filed, and cuticles pushed back. Make sure you get all of the excess off of any part of your nail. I do mine at night, so that way nothing can get between them while they, you know, adhere to the nail nice and well. And look how gorgeous that's going to look. Even with the mixed manicure, the vinyl and a polished strip. Wish my camera would focus a little bit better on that design. I don't think it's that sparkle throws it off, but it's gorgeous. Thanks for watching.